So, right, so if you'd like to just introduce yourself, what your name is and what your job role is, please.
My name is Amy Parkin and I am Director of Photography.
Okay, Director of Photography. So, an interesting role. Is there any specific training needs that you have for that role?
Obviously with it been working with cameras and lighting, it's beneficial to have a qualification or some sort of training in photography to, gain useful understanding of composition and light. It isn't necessary to have an electrical qualification or training, but it's still vital to have an understanding of the functions and varieties of cameras and camera lenses. But it definitely helps greatly if you have previously studied either drama, photography, or if you've got a degree in film and media, which helps you gain useful research studies.
Okay, right. And so, as a director of photography, what kind of tasks do you do on a day-to-day basis? What does that involve? Explain a little bit about it to us.
I have many tasks involved in my job, actually. I work closely with the director and other staff, such as with the producers and the gaffers and things like that. I have to make sure that the director's signature vision is conveyed appropriately through the lighting and the camera composition, which is obviously one of my most important jobs. The other jobs that I have...
When you say the director's signature vision, what do you mean by that?
When a director has a certain way that he wants the film to be presented, I have to make sure and work closely with him to make sure that he gets what his vision of what he wants the film to look like, so that it looks that way.
Okay, yeah, that's so interesting. Sorry, carry on.
Other jobs that I have include making lists of all the equipment needed. So, if you're going to be doing overhead shots, we need cranes and all the cameras need to be listed and, make sure that we all have everything prepared. I also arrive early on set with my camera crew and set up for the day and set up all the equipment, and I also attend to the digital grading of the film.
You attend the digital grading. What is the digital grading?
Well, the digital grading is basically the post-production part of the film, where it's digitalised and how it gets transferred from camera to television and how it will look eventually on screen.
Okay. And so, obviously varied responsibilities, but what do you think is the most important role of being a director of photography?
My most important role, I would say, is just making sure that the director gets what he or she wants, basically, in the film. Making sure that his or her vision, is portrayed perfectly through the lighting and the camera and all the compositions and, everything that's just thrown together to make sure that the film looks like the way the director wants it to.
Yeah, so you're part of that jigsaw of the director needs to put together. Okay, and is there an occasion where you've I don't know, maybe had an interesting problem that you've had to solve? Anything that's come up as part of your role?
I won't call it a problem, but one of my most, I would call it, interesting jobs was I was working on one particular film a while back. It was sort of small budget, but the director had very specific needs, and it was based in prison in the 50s, and he wanted to have the he wanted to give it a very dark look, and he wanted it to show it was a very sort of grungy, gruesome, sort of dark film, and he wanted that to be portrayed through the camera and the lighting, and I had to work extensively with my camera crew and lighting crew to make sure that it was extensively done to the way that he wanted it to be portrayed.
And that was that kind of dark, creepy, eerie feeling to it.
Yeah.
So that sounds interesting. So what kind of genre was this film? This film that was based in the 50s.
The genre of the film was basically, it was sort of film noir, and it was with it being such a dark and grungy look, they sort of used basic lighting to get the sort of effect of an old-fashioned film, with it being set in the 50s, which was very, very important to the director, as it needs to look authentic and sort of official. So
fantastic. Thank you very much.
All right.